I'm Jonathan.
I'm Mitch.
Welcome to the season finale of Something the Game, episode 14, all about the PS4. Mitch, I can't believe it's been 14 episodes that we've done this.
I know. They're all drunken blur.
We got a lot to get to today. So let's kick it off on the PS4. The PS4 dropped in 2013, immediately told the world, we're not doing TV, we're doing games.
Okay.
So basically, it was like a big fuck you to Xbox because they remember when we talked about in the Xbox One.
They want to be the all-in-one entertainment console.
Yes.
It's not like you didn't have the streaming apps on the PlayStation either.
No, you did, but
it was less media focused.
Yes. Also, it did have a built-in Blu-ray. Obviously, because Sony owned the Blu-ray rights.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't put it in at that point.
And I forgot to say that in the Xbox One episode of you hadn't have to use for the Blu-ray player if you had the disc version.
Well, it's just the media software for it.
Yeah, you had to pay for the licensing.
So I forgot about that. So
yes. Anyways, so PS4 sold 117 million units, second best-selling console behind the PS2.
Well, larger player base at that point.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. This was the Sony victory lap generation because they didn't just win, they dominated. Yeah, they kicked the shit out of Xbox.
Depends on what camp you're in.
Well, no, it's just when it comes really down to it, remember what we talked about, Xbox screwed up with the whole, you had to be attached to the internet every 24 hours, so that kind of just turned everybody away.
Well, yeah, but you could say the same thing. You always got it plugged in your PlayStation 4, so technically it's the same problem. It's just they don't vocalize it.
Well, true. The hardware, 8 gigabytes of GDDR5 RAM. The Xbox One had DDR3. Translation, PS4 was juicing while Xbox One was drinking Pedialyte.
How much power do you need or what?
No, it's just, that's just what they had. 1.8 teraflops GPU, a beast in 2013. If the original PS4 didn't sound like it was about to take off, it wasn't a PS4.
Was it loud?
Yes, the original PS4 was loud.
Okay.
Not like super loud. We'll talk about the one that was super loud, but it was loud. First PlayStation controller, the DualShock 4 controller, to say, fine, we'll add triggers that don't feel like staplers.
I don't know. I don't play enough PlayStation to know.
No, I know what they're talking about. It actually felt a lot better. It wasn't as, clunky and everything. That's what, they were referring to. The touchpad, it had touchpad on it.
Yeah, a little touchpad on it.
90% of players used it to open a map. 10% of players used it to accidentally throw grenades. Want to know which one I was in? The 10%.
Yeah.
The light bar looked cool, but drained your battery a lot. That was absolutely true, and I had to change it to very low dim.
Well, it had there was an eye camera on the thing too, wasn't there, or something that picked up the light?
No.
No? I could have sworn there was something that used the light for motion.
I'm not entirely sure, but I know that
it was unnecessary, really.
Yes, but the thing is that you could plug it into a USB port and charge it, and you can play as wired if you want.
Yeah.
The PS4 Slim, the one I owned.
Yes.
The best PS4 model. Quiet, efficient, didn't scream like it was fighting demons, which is absolutely true. The fan did get a little loud of that, but it wasn't like super loud where you couldn't hear the game and everything. Perfect for people who wanted PS4 power without the airport runway soundscape.
Well, ideally, you put your console a distance away from the TV or crank the volume up.
That is absolutely true. Yeah, you have one of those neighbors going, "Hey, I can hear you in there. What you doing? Running machinery?
What games are you playing that's so loud?"
The PS4 Pro. This is the one. PS4 didn't just turn on. It initiated a pre-flight sequence. It did. I bought a PS4 Pro because my PS4 Slim, certain games were starting to cause
stutter.
Screen tear.
Frame drop.
Yes, really bad. So because it was pushing towards the end of the console generation, so I had to upgrade. Yeah. Didn't realize that it sounded like a 747 going off because the thermal paste in that it was really shitty.
Well,
Yes. So you could do it yourself, but then you wipe
Yeah.
out the warranty.
Well, yeah. You don't want you cracking open your own machine and fixing it.
You don't. You start the game and the fan would immediately go "Brrr," like it's ready to take off. I didn't have a sound effect for so
Well,
I
yeah,
had
but it doesn't be like the original PlayStation boot up screen with its
oh
sound effects.
oh yeah. No, I was just saying I wish I had the sound effect of a 747 going off. So I had to do the sound effect. That's why you gave me the look. Playing God of War, your console filed a flight plan to Miami. The PS4 Pro fan wasn't cooling the system; it was fighting for its life. Sony promised 4K gaming but forgot to mention 4K decibels, which is true. Without noise canceling headphones, couldn't really hear your game.
Uh, how loud do you want it?
True. The PS4 Pro is the only console where someone would ask you to run machinery in there.
Well, yeah, but it was like $100 more for the Pro, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Basically, you had to ask your PS4 Pro if it was okay. Talk that every day. Like, is it okay? Are you okay in there? Ah, jokes, people, jokes. The OS experience clean, fast UI, which is absolutely true. It was very snappy. No Connect, no TV apps shoved down your throat.
Yeah, but they're still there.
There were apps, but there wasn't like a whole bunch of them that were just shoved in your face. It didn't have Discovery Plus or anything like that. It had just a certain amount of them, but it didn't have like a whole bunch.
Well, yeah, but it's basic feature they got to have at this point.
No, absolutely. I'm not saying you can't have
Yeah.
it. Just games, parties, and the one friend that would never mute their mic. Yes, I've had friends like that and forget to mute their mic.
Well, push the talk.
The exclusives that defined a generation: God of War, 2018 version, Spider-Man, Bloodborne, Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted 4, Ghost of Tsushima, until
Tushima or Sashima?
Tsushima.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I saying it wrong?
I don't know. I haven't heard the name in a while.
For fuck's sakes, dude. Uh, damn it! Now I forgot my spot. Fucker.
Got a list right there.
I can't remember if I said whatever. If I say anything again, sorry, blame that fucker right there. Until Dawn, Last of Us Part 2, The Order of 1886, Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain Remastered, Uncharted Collection, Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah. Gotta have your Ratchet and Clank.
Yes. The PS4 didn't just win the generation, it dominated it. It brought back single player story games when everyone else said live service is the future.
And who won? How many live services do we have now?
We have a few games that are live services, but
Yeah.
that are full fledged games.
Yeah.
So, all right. Now that we're back on track.
Until you derail it. See, you're letting it get derailed again. You just had to keep going forward.
It set the blueprint for the PS5.
Yes.
So,
Don't drown. Otherwise, you'll be overheating over there next.
listen here, bub. God of War 2018. A
Yes.
complete rebirth of the franchise. This game took a character known for its rage and turned him into one of the most layered human protagonists in gaming.
Well, they made him a father.
Yes.
They had to call the boy a boy all the time.
The one-shot camera, the father-son story, the brutal, weighty, combat-treated, and created an experience that felt handcrafted from start to finish. This wasn't a PS4 exclusive. It was a statement of what single-player games could be.
Well, it's their biggest franchise.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And then the
It's also a
sequel.
good choice that they went for Norse mythology and got it out of Greece.
Yeah, how many times can you kill Greece gods after they're all gone?
Well, how many times in other media do they repeat the same four gods for everything?
Right. The God of War Ragnarok, which is the sequel to God of War, the massive emotional finale that expands everything the first game built. The world is bigger, the characters are deeper, and the story hits harder. Ragnarok feels like the rare sequel that respects the original while pushing every idea further. It's the PS4/PS5 era at its most polished.
Yes.
Then moving on to Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. This game captures the feeling of being Spider-Man better than anything before it. Swinging is fluid and joyful, combat is fast and expressive, and the story balances humor and heart perfectly. It's a superhero
Yes.
game
Spider-Man's a superhero.
that respects the character and delivers a New York City that feels alive.
Well, it's their Batman Arkham City, essentially.
Right. No, which is absolutely true.
Which is to all the good points of it.
Yeah, I played the game and really enjoyed the web swing.
Well, it also helps that you're doing it in the daylight versus being a Batman. It's all night.
Right.
So you have a lot more bright colors to have fun with.
That is true.
And humor.
The standalone sequel to it is Spider-Man Miles Morales, a shorter, more focused follow-up that delivers incredible style and heart. Miles brings his own identity, powers, and personality to the role, creating a story that feels fresh and personal. The winter setting, electric abilities, and emotional themes made it the most memorable PS4/PS5 cross-gen experiences. It's not just an expansion, it's Miles stepping in the suit and proving he belongs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, ever since what? Not sure exactly when, but it's like they've been pushing Miles for like a long time now to be the forefront of it.
Right, no, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, between like the comics and then the TV shows. I mean, they put him more front and center in all of that.
Right. Bloodborne, a dark as most shit. Dark
Atmospheric
masterpiece. Thank you.
Those are your words, not mine.
No, I know. I
You
stutter.
can't read them.
No, I can read them. I stutter on a few words. So excuse me. That pulls you into a world of nightmares and never lets go. Fast, aggressive combat replaces the slow, defensive style of other Soul games, making it every encounter intense. The lore is deep, the environment are unforgettable, and the game rewards players who embrace its rhythm. It's one of the most iconic PS4 experiences.
Well, everybody wants a Bloodborne 2, but they're not making it.
Well, Jacksepticeye said he was going to make a Bloodborne movie, so that's going to be interesting when it comes out.
Well, yeah, but it's one of those open-ended things where it's like, okay, what's that mean? Are you going to take a specific campaign out of there and make it a movie, or try to adapt the whole thing, or go original?
I have absolutely no idea what he's planning.
Or it's just set in that universe.
Right. Ghost of Tsushima. A visually stunning open-world samurai epic. The combat is clean and precise. The world is filled with beauty and tragedy.
Yes.
And the story explores honor, sacrifice, and identity. It feels like playing through a samurai film with some of the best art direction of the generation.
Well, it's basically what? Samurai Spec Ops to some degree?
Yes.
Except you're not actually a ninja.
No, you're a samurai.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn. A fresh, original world that blends tribal culture with futuristic machines. Ella is a strong, compelling protagonist, and the mystery behind the world pulls you in from the start.
Yeah.
Fighting robotic creatures with bows, traps, and strategy creates a gameplay loop that feels unique and satisfying.
It was basically their Breath of the Wild.
Absolutely.
Or at least that was the big comparison at the time, because I think, wasn't that the launch title, Zero Dawn?
Zero Dawn was their first game, yes. Yeah. Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection, a polished remastered of the original trilogy that shows the evolution of the franchise. It's the perfect way for new players to experience Drake's full journey and understand why Uncharted became a PlayStation pillar.
Yeah, enough games to do a remaster, so.
Well, the reason I'm glad I played this one because they did fix a lot of mechanics in the first one. They tightened up the controls.
There were things to fix, but I mean, it wasn't like any of that was unplayable on the original.
No. Uncharted 4. A cinematic adventure that closes Nathan Drake's story with heart and maturity. The set pieces are huge, the visuals are stunning, and the characters' writing is the best in the series. It's both a blockbuster action game and a grounded story about family and legacy. It's one of my favorite games because not only Noah North did Drake's voice, but Troy
Right.
Baker was in there playing as a brother. So you had two friends
Yeah.
being the game together. Now
It
here's
also set ground for then they actually finally do the movie.
yes, which I thought was a fantastic movie. I'm waiting for the sequel, and I don't know when it's going to happen. Here's a game for you: Death Stranding. A
Kojima
bold,
being Kojima again.
yes, that is true. A bold asthma's
Atmospheric again.
yes experience about rebuilding a fractured world. It
Norman
features
Reedus.
on no feels and damn it. It features in connection, exploration, and quiet moments rather than constant action.
Well, you're basically just being a package delivery boy.
The story is emotional and mysterious, and the world feels unlike anything else on the PS4. It's a game that sticks with you long after you finish it. Yes, you're
Yeah.
basically pretty much a delivery boy.
And I just remember like seeing a couple of the trailers. So I think one of them had like Conan O'Brien in it, and then he had a stupid outfit you could earn from his mission. It could be an otter.
Yes. Here's a game for you: Days Gone, a post-apocalyptic open-world game where you play as Deacon St. John, a drifter and a biker trying to survive a global outbreak.
So basic zombie premise.
The world is hard. Yes, the world is harsh, emotional, and constantly dangerous. What makes Days Gone stand out is the horde system: massive swarms of freakers. Yes, they call them freakers
They freak the freak out.
that move like a living wave and force you to think, plan, and improvise. The motorcycle isn't just a vehicle, it's your lifeline. The story focuses on loyalty, loss, and hope, and the world feels alive with weather, wildlife, and dynamic encounters. It's a slow burn, but once it hooks you, it doesn't let you go. Yes, so that game pretty much you have to go do stuff, and then you have to
Go here, get the supplies, come back.
fix your motorcycle all the time. Yes,
Well, quit breaking it.
I'm not the one that made the game, dude.
Quit
Doesn't
driving
work
it
like
off
that.
road.
You see me driving a motorcycle off road? I don't think so.
In that game, yeah.
Detroit Become Human, a branching narrative where your choices truly shape the story. You follow three androids fighting for identity, freedom, and purpose. The game explores morality, humanity, and consequences with dozens of possible outcomes. It's interactive storytelling at its most
Ambitious.
ambitious. Thank you.
Well, it's basically a telltale game. Choose your own adventure.
Yes, I'm struggling with words today. I'm on the struggle bus again, okay? So, thank you for helping me out. But you're still a fucker.
Uh-huh.
Until Dawn. This is a game. Oh boy, I got a story on this one. A choice-driven horror game that where every decision can save or doom a character.
It's basically Fire Emblem.
It feels like watching late-night horror movie with friends, except you control the outcome. Suspenseful, surprising, and perfect for group play. All right. So, the story behind this, I played it,
Yeah.
is that you try to make everybody live, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Not possible.
No, it's possible if you know what the hell you're doing. Because there's certain parts where you have to have the controller stay still.
Okay.
And sometimes if you have vibration on the controller or anything, it's going to move.
We'll turn the haptics off then.
And then also, you know, you just got to stay still. Everything. It's just, oh my God. I caused everyone to die except for two people.
Mhm.
It was not my plan, and it just turned out that way. And I'm like, well, fuck.
Apologize to them.
Anyone that played Until Dawn, sorry that I sucked at the game. I hope everyone else did really well in that game and saved everybody. I unfortunately did not.
No, apologize to the characters you killed.
Oh, no. The video game characters. I will apologize to the audience for sucking at that game. There we go. All right. Heavy Rain Remastered. A dramatic mystery thriller where you control multiple characters trying to stop a serial killer. The story is emotional, intense, and the remaster improves visuals and performances. It's a classic narrative game that still holds up.
Well, it's one of those story first games.
Yes, but the thing is, you actually play as one of the. You actually
He
play.
plays the killer.
Yes, he's one of them.
And you kill the other characters then too?
You switch off between characters.
Okay, but I want to dominate and kill everybody.
Well, you can't do that, unfortunately. All right, I got one sport game for you today.
Only one.
MLB's The Show 16, one of the strongest baseball simulations ever made. Smooth animations, realistic gameplay, and deep modes that made this the year the series truly hit its stride. It sets the standard for sports games on the PS4 and showed why PlayStation owned baseball gaming for years. The reason I liked it because of the fact that the gameplay was smooth
Mm.
and the graphics were good in that, and they didn't try to
Was that Sony or is that EA?
Sony.
Okay.
Sony Studios. This is the year that they had the Cubs on it.
Well, it comes around in every year.
No, I'm talking about on the cover.
Oh.
No, it wasn't on the cover. It was sorry, it was Toronto Blue Jays player, but they're on one of them. But the thing is that the reason I truly liked it though, I thought the animations were good, the controls were good. They didn't really mess with stuff. They tightened up a few things, but in
So it feels like you're playing baseball?
yes, they make it like whereas nowadays where it just feels like it's just you know it's just like an annual release. I mean, yeah, obviously they made annual releases then, but after a couple of years they took out the
Well, it's one of those games where you buy it once and then you don't buy the annual release again for like what 3-4 years.
yeah. And I was just saying too is that once they made MLB The Show 18, they took out the online franchise mode, and players have been wanting that back. They have not put that back in.
Well, it's more or less they just want to play with other people online.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you did online franchise mode, though, you got to run the franchise together. With other people. It wasn't just
It wasn't compete. It was
yes, and
cooperate.
And then they took that out, and I don't know why they took it out. I don't think they really explained it. So, as my one and only sports, there you go.
Okay.
Killzone Shadowfall, a visually impressive launch that showcased the PS4's powers day one. The sci-fi world is stylish, the shooting is solid, and helped define the early identity of the console. Actually, the script dialogue in that game wasn't too bad either. I actually really enjoyed that game. I thought it was really well done for what it was. All right, Drive Club. Now, this was a fun game.
Do you drive in a club?
You have to drive with other players when the online mode was still on. They shut that off. A game that went from a rough launch to one of the best looking racers of this generation. Once updated, it delivered incredible weather effects, tight handling, and a strong sense of speed. It became a fan favorite over time. They had a lot of stuff into it, and you got to drive with other people, but you can do a single player as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing is, it only had like 6 locations, and sometimes the races were like same tracks over and over. But I thought the weather was really well done, like the rain streaks on the car and everything.
Well, it makes each location feel different when the weather changes.
Yes. So I think you're racing like Japan and Chile and a few other places. I thought it was really, really well done. Here's a game you might have liked. The Order of 1886, a short but visual stunning cinematic shooter set in an alternate Victorian London, pushed the PS4 hardware early and delivered a unique world with incredible atmosphere. More of an experience than a long game, but unforgettable in its presentation. The reason I said you might have liked it, werewolves and vampires.
Okay.
So
Are you storming the Bastille?
You're playing as a werewolf.
What if I want to be a vampire?
Well, you're shit out of luck. No, it was really. I thought it was really well done. Yes, it was short. I wish it was longer, but I enjoyed the game regardless. Another game for you, because it has bright visuals. Yes. Ratchet and Clank, a gorgeous reimagining of the original game. Bright visuals, fun weapons, smooth gameplay, and tons of charm. It's one of the most polished and accessible exclusives on the PS4. Perfect for players of all ages.
Well, it's also the tie-in for the movie they released at the time too.
Yes,
movie was good.
I'm glad you liked. See, I told you I would have games in there that would be bright visuals for you.
Well, they basically just copy-pasted the first game story, so it's a little hard to mess that up because it's already set up as a movie to begin with.
Right. All right. Here's a heavy hitter of a PS4 exclusive. Gran Turismo 7 isn't just a racing game. It's a celebration of car culture built with the level of detail only Polyphony Digital can deliver.
You can fully customize your car, whatever wrap you want on it.
Every car feels handcrafted, every track feels alive, and every race feels like a personal story between you and the machine. GT7 brings back the classic Gran Turismo progression fans grew up with, buying used cars, tuning them, mastering licenses, and slowly building your dream garage. The physics are incredible, realistic, yet approachable for newcomers, which is true. The weather system's dynamic and dramatic. Rain rolls in, puddles form, grip changes, and races evolve in real time. Even on the PS4, the game looks clean, sharp, and polished, proving how far the hardware could be pushed in late in its life. What makes GT7 special is its respect for the culture, the history of cars, the craftsmanship behind them, the passion of people who build them and drive them. It's not just about speed, it's about the love of driving.
And how much debt you get into.
Yes. For many players, GT7 was the definitive racing experience of the PS4/PS5 era, blending simulation depth with the heart and soul of the franchise. Now, the reason I like that game because yes, you got a whatchamacallit, a story mode. Wasn't like really a story mode. It was like a tutorial about the cars. Then you have to go to this cafe and get every menu you get. You have to get the three cars, win races, and then come back and learn about the cars and everything. I thought it was really fun. But yes, the game did get criticized for a lot of microtransactions, but they ended up lowering the prices on the cars and everything. So
Most expensive ones were still behind the pay gate.
yes, that is absolutely true, Mitch. Because just things like that just happen.
They didn't get $1 out of you.
Yes, yes, Mitch. But it's still a great game to this day.
Is it?
It is, even though with all the microtransaction stuff, and all the issues that it had, it's still a great game in my opinion.
It's a matter of how tight the car controls are.
Yeah, I mean, but the graphics, it's all it was, and that it still made the cars shine and everything.
You like the shiny car?
Yes, I do. As you always like to say, I like the shiny objects. All right, now that we're done with first-party games, we got a lot of third-party games for you.
Oh no.
Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. Now, this is a game that makes you swashbuckling. Yes, I just hit the table too. As I said. Black Flag delivers one of the greatest pirate fantasies ever put into a game. The naval combat is still unmatched, the world is massive and full of secrets, and the freedom of exploration is addictive. It's the moment Assassin's Creed broke out of its formula and became something bigger. Oh, it was a fantastic.
Don't think it's the same premise, though. You're going back in time in the Artemis to change history.
But the thing is that it took Assassin's Creed 3's naval combat and tightened it up. You had to upgrade.
The best part of that game was the naval combat.
Oh, hell yeah. I love that. I always love being out there and then singing the shanties and everything. Oh, yeah. That was really freaking cool. You can tell.
Have you ever played Sea of Thieves?
No, I haven't.
Oh, another pirate game.
Well, one of these times
you can sing your own shanties there.
One of these times we'll have to play that. But the thing is that I just like this one because the graphics are really well done. They went out of the ballpark on it. So, that's why I enjoyed it. And I just, like I said, enjoyed the swashbuckling.
Okay.
Now, here's a game I really enjoyed. And if anyone knows me, Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Which is just the first 3 games. Yes.
Yes. Can I finish?
No.
The Legendary Edition brings one of the game's most iconic sci-fi trilogies back to life. So yes, Mitch, it was all 3 games in one. With upgrade visuals, smoother gameplay, and DLC included, it's a definitive way to experience Shepard's journey. It reminds players why Mass Effect became a cultural phenomenon and why it's at gaming cons and everything. And 7 days are awesome.
Well, it hit somewhat Star Wars status at that point.
Well, the thing is, when they made the first one, and you look at it now and you play like the original first one, like the graphics are just the color's all wrong and everything, and they really
but the gameplay is what matters. In there.
yes. But I'm just saying it cleaned up a lot of the characters' skin color, skin
just
textures, and
normalize them between the 3 games.
yes, so that way it didn't look like creepy and everything.
Well, so there's no disparity between each saga of it, essentially.
Yes. Now here's a game though. Even though it had a rough launch, it still has its own unique followers. Mass Effect Andromeda. Andromeda offers huge planets, fast combat, and deep exploration that still holds up today. Despite its rocky launch, yes, there's a lot of memes about that with all the faces disappearing and everything.
Yeah.
The gameplay loop is strong and the world is fun to get lost in. It's a bold attempt to expand the Mass Effect universe with new characters and a new galaxy. Now, the reason it had issues in that because at the time there was another game that all these people went to work on that also flopped, so it kind of left Mass Effect Andromeda kind of with the skeleton crew.
Okay.
So
I don't think it hit the same heights as the original trilogy.
No, because it had different characters and everything. The time setting though is between what this one is like right in the same one as the second one.
Okay.
So
you're just in another part of the universe.
Yes, you're trying to find like a home planet for because you're
second Earth.
Yes, you're like a Pathfinder. So now I got to play it post launch with all the
fixes.
Yes, so I didn't experience the pre-launch, but I heard that a lot of people are very frustrated with it. But once it got cleaned up in that, some people went back to it and played it. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Not saying that I enjoyed it the same way as Mass Effect Legendary Edition, but I still enjoyed it. Here's a game. Resident Evil 2 Remake. This remake is a masterpiece in modern survival horror.
Well, you're in Raccoon City again.
The atmosphere is tense, the visuals are stunning. Every encounter feels handcrafted. It honors the original while elevating into one of the best horror games of the generation. So it does do a complete remake of the original Resident Evil 2, where you play as Leon Kennedy, or as Jacksepticeye likes to say, Leon Skennedy. So
wasn't it 3 characters you play in that game? So I thought you played as Jill, Leon, and then some third character.
Now, okay. So you didn't play as Jill.
That's where you did.
No, and in this one, you played as Leon and Claire.
Maybe Claire's what I'm thinking of then.
Yeah,
Jill.
Because Claire is a second story, and a lot of people played as Leon first.
Well, yeah. Well, he's more action focused.
Yes. So you get to play that, and the graphics again were really clean and everything. The audio was really good, the voice acting was good, and yes, that game did have intense moments.
Weren't you chased by, is it Mr. X or one of the Nemesis units in that game?
Yes.
So I've seen a bunch of like people doing the mods where they change him into what was it? The funniest one's like he turns into Shrek, and they put in a bunch of Shrek voice lines.
Oh God.
Well, I think there's one where he's also Thomas the Tank Engine too.
That's even freakier. Okay, if I'm playing a horror game,
yeah,
I don't need Thomas the Tank coming after me. Okay. Even that, or someone makes him as Macho Man. Oh yeah, I don't need that. Or Kool-Aid Man, whatever.
No, I think there is a Kool-Aid one too. I think I've seen that one. Because he does bust through a bunch of walls in that game. So it's like, why not?
Oh yeah, So your game, since you like talking about that tall dame in that game, Resident Evil Village. Yeah. Village blends gothic horror with blockbuster action in a way only Capcom can pull it off. The world is eerie, the villains are unforgettable, and the pacing keeps you hooked from start to finish. The bold, stylish continuation of the RE7 storyline. So yes, this is the one where you have
the big lady.
With the big lady.
Well, the whole internet was obsessed with her at the time.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you were obsessed with reading about it.
That was funny.
No, my brother liked
yeah.
I remember, what was it, Jack, Jacksepticeye, and Markiplier both obsessed about her. I thought it was hilarious watching them play it. But yeah, no, she was I think she was a vampire. Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, she was
something with the T virus again.
Yeah. So
it's always the T virus.
But yeah, you were Ethan in this one, continuing story from the 7th one.
Yeah, you were all hands. Well, it's first person the whole time, so all you saw was his hands moving around.
Yes. Yes, I got what you're saying. The Evil Within 2, a psychological horror experience with emotional storytelling and creative world design. The open area structure gives players freedom while still delivering intense cinematic moments. It's one of the most underrated horror games of the entire PS4 era. So it continues from The Evil Within 1. You have to go back.
Obviously.
You have to go back into the machine because you find out that your daughter's in it, and there's other people in there trying to take care of things, and there's antagonists in there too, and your character's wife's in it,
So you're going into the Matrix.
pretty much. And you try to pull your daughter out, and you do, so that's good.
But
Doesn't
then you
end.
lose your mind in the process.
No, you lose your wife.
Well, now you ruined it for everybody on the internet. Spoilers.
I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure not a lot of people are going to play this. And the reason it's underrated because it was not as good as the first one. It had some issues and stuff, and yeah, and plus it didn't have, as Markiplier like to call him, JoJo.
Okay.
So Joseph, it was one of the characters. He was not in the second one.
They talk about some rabbit.
No. Dying Light. That's a game for you. Dying Light's parkour system makes movement less fluid and exhilarating, while the night cycle turns the world into pure horror and terror. The open world is alive with danger, and co-op elevates the experience even further. It's one of the strongest zombie games ever made. Yes. Now the reason I never finished that game because I ended up with a game breaking bug at the time where you're in a safe house and zombies spawned right in the safe house, and they were not supposed to be in there.
Well, put some landmines around.
No, because I had my game automatically saved there, so I pretty much would have had to restart the entire game. So I was like,
Not
screw
have
it.
enough fun to play again.
One of these times I might go back into it, but at the time I was like, no. And I'm like, one of the worst things that ever happened is, spawn in a safe area and just zombies coming through the walls and everything. Almost like Kool-Aid Man. All right, another horror game. I'm getting all the horror games out. Corey, the cinematic horror experience where your choices determine who lives and who dies. The performances are strong, the production value is high, and the tension never lets up. It's perfect for fans of Until Dawn and interactive storytelling. So this game, you play as counselors, and you're trying to...
Avoid Jason.
No, wrong game.
Right idea, though.
And you're trying to figure stuff out around the area and everything, and it's really good, though.
And you're chased by Slender Man.
No.
No?
You told me not to spoil it, so I can't spoil it.
Well, quit spoiling it.
I'm not. Now on to Watch Dogs 2. Now this game you would like because it's bright and colorful.
Well,
stylish and full of personality. The hacking is more creative and the characters are more likable and the world feels more alive. It's a massive improvement over the first game, one of Ubisoft's best open world games.
Didn't it win Game of the Year for that year? Or
I think it
am
did.
I thinking maybe the original Watch Dogs, maybe?
Oh god, the original Watch Dogs was bland. I mean, I beat the first one, but it was very bland in my opinion. No, the second one is...
Yeah, you can hack like anything in that game.
Yeah, I love the second one because obviously you can drive in that car, but you can hack like the lights and everything, cause a bunch of chaos.
Wasn't it also set in Chicago, I want to say, or was it another New York?
The first one was Chicago, the second one was in California.
Okay.
But what I liked about it was the fact that you can call up the police and just have them arrest some random person. You're just standing there watching.
So you're going around SWAT people.
You're pretty much in the game. Not in real life people, in the game.
Just don't SWAT any grandmas. Did you see that in the news? Or
no, I did not.
Someone swatted a grandma.
You gotta be kidding me.
Nah.
Why?
Because, I don't know, there's some pathetic idiot.
All right, since we're talking about this,
and
it's our season finale, so we're breaking all rules here. That's pretty fucked up.
Yes,
that
it is.
Somebody would fucking do that to some poor old lady.
It is.
I mean, people don't ever be doing that crap to anybody because it's not worth it, and you pretty much ruin your life if you do that shit.
Yeah, the internet's out for blood for whoever did do it.
Good. Let them handle it.
Yeah.
We got our own shit to do. We got season 2 to work on soon. So we're getting there. Yakuza 0. Yakuza 0 is a prequel.
Yakuza or Yakuza?
Yakuza. yeah, whatever. Zero is a prequel in the franchise, blending emotional storytelling with wild humor and deep combat. The world is packed with memorable side missions and characters. It's a game that turned Yakuza, whatever, into a global hit. So basically, you play as Kiryu,
Yes.
and
Go around and punch people.
pretty much, it's a really good game. I really enjoyed it.
Not for good. Only good things about it.
Yeah, and I'm glad they made Zero because of the fact that it kind of ties into Kwame 1 and Kwame 2.
Mhm.
So, and that's because Kwame 1 and Kwame 2 are remakes of the first game and the second game. To
Which
really,
one's Like a Dragon then?
that's one in
3 or
no, that's 7 or 8. And then they made I know they made a side one where one of the characters loses his memory and becomes a pirate.
Wasn't that one of the? I know I've seen the picture of him. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, Goro.
Because he's got the purple
Yeah, and
suit on.
he has the eye patch.
Yes, that too.
Yes. So
He keeps showing up randomly in that game to antagonize you
that was in the first
in the weirdest
one.
places.
Yes, in the first one that was in Kwame 1, he shows up at random places. He goes, Kiru!
Yeah.
Kiru! And
There's a running meme going forward from that.
He had to keep fighting him and that. It was
He just won't die.
It's just most annoying thing in the world in that game. I still kept talking to put my water down and off the screen. Great stuff. All right. Judgment. Judgment blends detective drama with the fast, stylish combat of Yakuza series. The story is crippling. The characters are strong. And the investigation mechanics gives it a unique identity. It stands as one of the PS4's best narrative-driven games. So that was made because they were going to take it into a spin-off while the Yakuza series ended up going into a turn-based style.
Okay.
So
it's all set in the same universe?
Yes.
Okay.
So they wanted to take this one and have it where it's, not hack and slash, but the beat 'em up style. And I thought this game was pretty good for what it was.
Okay.
All right, now you want a funny game and just pure unapologetic chaos, it's Saints Row 4.
This one where you got superpowers?
Yep, superpowers, ridiculous missions, and nonstop humor makes it a sandbox playground unlike anything else. It's over the top in the best possible way.
And Stephen Colbert is president of Earth in that one, isn't he?
I think
I want to say so. He's president in one of the games.
Well, the thing is that this one, though, you're actually the president of the United States.
Yeah.
And then it's an alien invasion.
Right.
And you get sent back to 1950s style. So,
okay.
Yeah, style universe. So you can't swear or anything because you actually get bleeped. But yes, it was a really fun, ridiculous style game with superpowers. You can fly and all that shit. Because you're
basically over the top GTA.
Yes, it was really, really well done. And then once they did Saints Row reboot, it killed the franchise. Or rip Saints Row.
Yeah, that was like the last good Saints Row game, I think, if I'm remembering.
Well, they had the Get Out of Hell, which was just expansion of 4. I didn't play because I'm like, thought 4.
Well, they also haven't made a new one in a while, too.
Well, they had to rebuild the series because what else could you do with the Saints Row after you blew up Earth?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now this game is unique. Is Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5 delivers a massive open world filled with explosive action and memorable villains. A rural American setting that feels fresh and co-op makes the chaos even better. It's one of the strongest entries in the franchise.
Well, it's because it's U.S. based this time. You're fighting cults and whatnot in the U.S.
Oh, yeah. It's a cult.
Somewhere in the South, or was that?
Somewhere. I don't know where, but yeah, it's a cult thing. And yeah.
It's always the South. You don't see these cults in the North.
Well, there are some, just not as much.
Well, you got more secret cults in the North.
Yes.
You got the open crazy cults in the South.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see you disagreeing with me, so.
I can see all the Southern people going, "Aw, dang, he's right about us." Get our pitchforks on our torches and get going up the north. waiting for somebody to fucking comment going, what the hell is he on? Nothing. Final Fantasy VII Remake. A bold reimagining of the legendary classic. The visuals are stunning. The combat blends action and strategy beautifully, and the story hits emotional highs. It's one of the PS4's crown jewel RPGs. They remade that because it was turn based. A lot of the games were turn based back then. And then it made it hack and slash. I bought this game for uh, for the person who I live with at the time, and it was when the pandemic was happening, so you had to call the store. So, how many people were trying to call the store at once to pick up that game?
Oh, it was the biggest game of the year.
Yeah, I was standing outside for about 45 minutes, and she finally, the person I was working
just there, download it.
I got her the collection.
Oh, you got the collector's edition?
Yes, and
with the you got the Sephiroth statue then with that, or was it a different collector's edition?
I think it was a different one, but it came in like a big ass case thing, and she never fucking played it. Well, she tried and got stuck and said fuck it. So, but she did like Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 15 is a road trip RPG with heart and massive scale. The open world is beautiful, the combat is fast and flashy, and the story delivers unforgettable moments. A unique Final Fantasy experience that defined the PS4 era. I actually enjoyed that game.
Well, it came out before 7 Remake, so.
Yes.
But you can see where the 7 got a lot from it.
Oh, absolutely. And I really enjoyed it. And yes, you did drive the car everywhere, pretty much. That was your lifeline. But yeah, no, I thought it was really well done. The story was well done. Graphics were beautiful. The scenery was beautiful, very colorful. So again, right up your alley was colorfulness.
Well, they kept trying to push Final Fantasy to a more modern age with each generation. I don't think it's until, 16 or 17 they went back to more medieval.
16-ish, maybe. I don't know. They're not on 17 yet. They're on 16. But here's a game that I really enjoyed. Life is Strange, Definitive Edition. A powerful, emotional narrative about friendship, time, and consequences. The choices feel meaningful, and the characters stay with you long after the credits roll. It's one of the most impactful story-driven games of the generation. That was the one I told you about before, where you play as a girl that witnesses a killing and somehow realizes she can reverse time and brings the person back to life.
And then did she prevent the murder then?
Yes. But
well, now you ruined the game. Now I know what happens.
It's not like you're gonna freaking play it, dude. Most of the games I talk about, you ain't gonna fucking play anyways. But anyways, but as the story goes on in that, you start messing with time and everything. You got consequences. So either you have pretty much two choices at the end. It's either you can put everything back the way it was supposed to happen, or you just keep going the way you're going. I just kept going the way it was going. Because
and did life work out?
In the game, it was all right. So,
or did you kill a whole bunch of other people because of it?
I don't know. I can't remember. Life is not Life is Strange, but yeah, Life is Strange. It was a good game though. Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 is fast and chaotic, and packed with loot. The humor is wild. The gun variety is insane, and co-op makes everything better. It's the biggest and most polished Borderlands game yet.
Oh yeah, they went bigger and badder in that one.
Yes, and we will play that game one day. So I cannot wait for that one.
Well, it's also a long game to play.
That's fine. What the hell we got better to do?
Exactly.
Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered. This one was a really good one. I think you should play it though. Rogue offers a rare Templar perspective with a darker, more grounded story. The naval combat is strong, and the remaster gives a clean, modern look. It's a unique entry that stands out in the Assassin's Creed lineup.
Yeah, but it doesn't beat Black Flag.
No, it doesn't, but it still gives you a different perspective on that. And,
yeah.
And you do have naval combat too, so that's really cool. But yeah, no, it doesn't beat Black Flag. I don't think a lot of Assassin's Creed really beat Black Flag.
That was like their last big game when it came to Creed series.
Yes. Well, unless you got people that enjoy the Valhalla and all that. I mean, honestly, like I talked about before, I'll play that, but...
Well, they each have their strengths, but...
Yes.
Well, it's got the most overall package. That's good.
Right. Another Ubisoft game is Ghost Recon Wildlands. Wildlands is a massive tactical sandbox built for co-op. Whether you go stealth or full chaos, every mission feels different.
Is that more of a tactics game then, or is that
It's one
where
of
it's
the
turn based? Or
no,
no,
it's one of the it's one
just
of
stealth?
Ubisoft's most replayable open world games. Yes, so you can play up to 4 players, and you go and kill.
Okay,
So if we play it, it's just be two of us. So because when you play it by yourself, you got AIs and that, and then I think
I
it
know
could.
they tend to screw things up.
Yes. Here's a game that I finished. Wolfenstein: The New Order, a gritty story-driven first-person shooter with strong characters and intense action. It revived the Wolfenstein franchise with style and confidence. The narrative hits harder than most shooters.
Well, yeah, but it's basically
You're
alternate World War II where the Nazis won.
yes.
I know. I break it down so well there.
Yes, you did. I was trying not to, but that's fine. Since no, it is an alternate reality and everything, but the character you play as, badass.
Mhm.
Like it's just the weapons you get and everything, the characters, and you do get a choice between which characters save, and then it gives you that timeline.
Yeah.
Really, nothing changes except the dialogue.
Well, it's just a good time fighting Nazis.
Yes.
Who doesn't like that?
In video games, of course, yes.
Yes.
And then
Well, you're not going to go out and punch a Nazi if one was here?
uh,
Right, don't be shooting it out your nose now.
uh, that's what happens when you put me in tight binds. Wolfenstein New Colossus. Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus. Sorry. Bigger, bolder, and more fearless. The gameplay is fast, the set pieces are wild, and the story goes places most games wouldn't dare. It's a standout first person shooter of this generation. Yes. Now that one updated graphics, updated the combat system.
Was it a remake of the older Wolfenstein, or is that
No,
the continuation of
continuation of the New
Yeah.
Order. So yeah, no, it's really good. I'm actually currently playing it right now, and I mean not at this moment, but I am playing it, and it's really good so far. The Division, a grounded loot shooter that's set in snowy post-pandemic New York. The atmosphere is incredible, the progression is deep, and co-op is top tier. It has become one of Ubisoft's most successful live service games.
Do you get to build a snowman?
No, but it's really cool though that it's open world and you do have to like run to all these places and it's huge.
Well, get in
And
a car
then
or snowmobile.
there is a dark zone which is PvP area, but you don't have to go in there if you don't want to. And last but not least, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Basically another Call of Duty game.
It's really, dude, it's one of my favorites.
You know, but
Hold on, you'll find out why. A late generation COD that delivers strong campaign moments, fast, fast multiplayer, and solid zombies. It hit hard on PS4 and became a staple of the console's final years. Reason I liked it? Because of zombie modes. It had a lot of maps to play on and everything, and I mostly played on not Die Rise. Was it Die Rise? Yes. And Firebase.
yeah, they all play the same as the previous zombie modes, more or less.
No, this one you actually have Easter eggs that you have to find and everything, and you do have a mission to do in that game, but
So basically flag hunt.
pretty much. But yeah, so that's all about the PS4. I am long-winded today. I'm sorry about that, but hey, as a finale, why not? You know,
Well, you keep chugging your liquor there.
it's water, asshole.
They can't see that.
I
You're not
don't-
smelling what I'm smelling.
I'm working tonight. You think I'm that stupid?
I don't know. We'll find out.
You're such a fucker, you know that. But yeah, 14 episodes. We got through them all. Can't wait for season 2. Yes, there was other topics that we were going to talk about, but I decided against it. I'm talking about the Xbox Series and the PS5 because we're still in that generation right now.
You could go Switch, but I mean, there's a lot of good Switch stuff.
We could, but we can also just save that for season 2 when we're playing the Switch.
Potentially.
Yes, potentially and everything. So, until next time, we are filming something next week, so it's just going to be explaining what season 2, what we're looking forward to doing in that.
We can figure out what we're doing.
Yes, but otherwise, it's a wrap. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Mitch.
Thank you guys for following us so far in all these. We're not going anywhere. We're going to film next week and then take a couple weeks off. You'll find out why next week. But don't worry, we're not quitting YouTube, so nothing to worry about, everybody. Till then, keep on gaming.